Hello, good evening. Welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Lauren, and this is Ian. Here he is. Welcome to our Kettlebell Bodyweight Basics class. It's going to be great. I have a light kettlebell to use throughout the class. If you have a bell, grab it. Keep it close by, something light. If you don't have a bell, here, have an imaginary one. That works too. To get started, we'll do a nice little warm-up, activating, moving, and then we'll go from there. Sound great? Great. Same with your feet slightly wider than hip width. Hands at your side. I want you to gently tuck your chin towards your chest, looking down, but only your head moves. Keep your chin tucked. Slowly look up towards the ceiling. Repeat. Pull down through the front of the neck, pulling first the crown to the ceiling and keeping your chin tucked as you pull your chin to your chest. And then slowly keeping that chin tucked, not cranking on your neck, start looking up towards the ceiling. Once you get there, if it feels okay, could you open your mouth and then close your mouth, pull your jaw shut, and feel that stretch to the front of your neck. Now pull your head back on straight. Our head also rotates, so let's do that. Rotate your chin towards one shoulder, back to center, chin towards the other. Keep thinking about growing tall up through your top knot. Your head is pulling up to the ceiling as you rotate. One more time, look over your shoulder, back through center, and to the other side, to center. We have one more move of our head neck, a little ear to shoulder. So flexing, pulling your head back on straight, ear to shoulder, pull your head back on straight. One last time each side. Ear to shoulder, back to center, ear to shoulder, back to center. Great, take your arms at your sides, pull your shoulders into your ears, pull them back, pull your blades down, protract them forward. Repeat. Up blades, back blades, down, forward. Pause, reverse the direction. Down, backwards, up, forwards. Elbows straight, down, backwards, ups, forwards, down, back. Let them rest. Extend your arms, widen your stance. Take your rib cage or your thorax and slide it from side to side. I like having my arms out here because you can see that my arms stay parallel with the floor and I'm not becoming a little teapot and tipping. I'm taking my rib cage and just sliding it across my body. Last one here. Let's keep that same sliding motion in our mind, but now think forward and back. I'm going to pop my chest forward and you kind of bend into the background there. Back up a little bit towards the window so you're on gray. Yep. Pop your chest forward and then ribs slide back. We're sliding our ribs forward. We're sliding our ribs back. At this back point, making sure we're not just rounding through our shoulder blades, but our rib cage is trying to push behind us. One more time. I punch you in the chest, punch you in the back, your ribs pop forward. I pop you in the chest, your ribs pop back. Come back to neutral. Save that for a second. Keep your feet where they are. Take your hands on your hips. Let's pop a hip and gently draw some nice circles like we're doing the hula hoop. Trying to trace all corners of the room, drawing a nice circle and smooth. Same direction for one more. Right now, my knees are straight. My feet are gripping the floor. Once I come back through center, I'm going to switch direction for 3. Really scooping around here, trying to keep my toes heavy as I do so. Last little circle. And then back to center. Coming to stand on 2 feet, grab a balance aid if needed. We'll do a quick little hip circle and we'll move on from there. This is my imaginary balance aid. Point the outside foot. So this is my inside leg because my balance aid would be here. Point the outside leg. Gently rotate your inseam up towards the ceiling. Keep that inseam face up as you draw a circle on the floor to your side. Inseam should be facing me right now. Now turn that inseam to hide. From there, reach behind you. Reach, 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 reach. Make sure you're not arching your low back. You're keeping your core braced. Roll over your toes and pull your leg underneath, keeping your knee straight. To the back. Point out the back where you just came from. Reach long. Start turning that hip in its socket to show me the inseam of your pants. Show me that inseam, especially once you get to that side position. Keep that inseam up as you pull that to front. Unrotate. Pull the leg underneath. Switch sides. Balance 8 on the other side. Turn around. Tall on your inside leg. Point to the front with your outside leg. Inseam up. Draw your circle to second, pushing your hips forward. Keep that inseam up. Now rotate to hide it. Keep reaching the leg all the way back behind you. Roll over your toes and pull the leg underneath. Repeat to the back. Point long. Reach. Start the rotation in the socket. Inseam starts to face forward. Low foot. Good. Pull that all the way around to the front. Inseam up, inseam up, inseam up. Unrotate. Pull underneath. Excellent. It's time to get rockin'. More than already. Or bellin'. Ha 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 ha. All right, I do have a kettlebell for this activity. If you don't have one, like I mentioned, your imaginary one, or a book. A book. You got it? Good. I want to work first on our prying goblet squat. Just put your book on the floor in front of you like my bell is. Let's sit up tall, push apart on our knees, grip the floor with our feet, and slowly pull ourselves down into a low squat. My low squat is here. This is great. Maybe your low squat right now is up here. This is also fine. Think about what you're doing in your squat. Your butt is ideally dropping below your knees. Well, if we can. Our knees are going over our toes when we squat versus our hinge. We're trying to sit up nice and tall. We might have slight forward lean in our chest. This is allowed, but our spine is nice and straight and long. Push down to drive yourself back up. Let's repeat that again. Add a little mobility there. Feet are gripping the floor, pushing knees apart to slide down. Knees are allowed to go over your toes when you squat. Now, place your elbow on the inside of a leg. Gently pry that hip or leg open with your elbow. So use a little force here, gentle. Back to center. Same thing other side. Elbow on the inside of the leg. Pry that hip open. Ian's modified his position back there, just giving a little assist to bringing the floor up. Back to center, take both elbows and try to pry those knees open. Keep pushing with its own power and stand up. Great. We're going to do that one more time. This time when we're down there, we're going to pick up our bell or our book. Let's come down, prying out. If you have a kettlebell, the way to grip this bell, we're doing halos here. The way to grip this bell is take an overhand grip with one hand. Thumb goes and grips the horn. Overhand grip with the other hand. Thumb grips the horn. Tip the bell on its belly. Do a little bicep curl to curl it up so the butt's up in the air. If it's a book, hold it in two hands. Inhale, hup, tall. From here, we start with our bell in front of our chin. We start drawing a circle by bringing the bell to the ear, elbow up to the ceiling. Bell goes around the back of our head to the other ear and returns to start. Let's go the same direction again. Ear, back of head, ear, front. Two to the other way. Check in. Two to the other way. Is your butt squeezed or your abs braced? The only thing I want moving right now are your arms and your shoulder blades, not your head, neck, and not your body. From here, step, control, squat down, unbicep curl, place bell or book down, hop, tall. That was a nice little time there. Let's Do it again. Back to our squat. Great. Let's take this slightly wider and pry those hips a little bit more. This time, whoops, whoops, whoops. I'm slightly wider than my hips this time. My toes are slightly out. Sitting tall, I'm going to tuck my tail and I'm going to slide down this time. For this squat here, I want knees driving out with their own power from those glutes. Sit up tall, so this time my spine is nice and lengthened, long. Push down to go up. Let's repeat. Tuck hips, knees push out. You'll see Ian slide down as if there's a wall behind him and his spine is staying nice and long on that wall. He's staying upright for this. Pry those hips and knees out. Push down to go up. We'll do that one last time. Knees push down, prying open. Tall, long spine. Maybe you got a little lower this time. Keep driving, keep gripping with your feet. Push down to stand up. Whew. Let's bring that stance in. Stand in front of our kettlebell one more time and go through our halos again. Feet now more in a normal squat stance, which is a little narrower than our last one. Sitting down, knees are allowed to come over toes. Overhand grip on your bell. Curl, butts up, up, tall. Let's alternate directions this time. To the right for one, big circle. Ending in front. To the left for a circle. Abs are braced, butt squeezed. To the right again. Moving the bell around your head, not the head around the bell. And last one to the left. Back to center. Pulling down. Uncurling that bell. Release and stand up. Shaking it off, grab a quick sip if you need to. Move your imaginary bell, your book, or your object off to the side, giving yourself a little bit of room. I'd like to go through here some get-ups and some core exercises. Get up first. Hope you remember it. Cross an arm across your body. Eventually, this will be overhead and loaded, but for now, it's here. Leg you can touch. Drop back into a nice controlled drop back lunge. We'll work on these later. Take your time. Front foot opens. This is our hinge now. So chop your hip. Nice long spine. Hinge, hand finds floor. A little bit of a rotate. Shift your weight over that hand to have a nice grip. Pack your shoulder. Lift that back leg, sweeping it through. Butt lands to your elbow. Pushing away from your elbow to end up on your back. Great. We're going to flip over and do our first hardstyle plank right now. 2 times 10 seconds. Either from your knees or your toes. I'm going to do my first one from my knees, which I would call a more modified position, and my second one from my toes. Let's push up. Let's all do from our knees this time. From your knees. Lift your butt super high in the air so you're making a tent. Now, tuck your hips under. Drop your hips low so that your butt's in line with your shoulders. Squeeze your glutes. Make fists. Pull on your elbows, pulling the floor underneath you without moving. Hold for 5, 4. I couldn't push you over. 3, 2. Slowly relax all the way down to the floor, sitting in a little extension here. We're going to do the same thing. If that was hard enough from your knees, repeat. If you'd like more, come to your toes. Toes tuck. Lift hips high, make that tent. Tuck, drop, squeeze, pull. 10, 9. I couldn't move you. I'm trying to kick you over. 5, 4, 2. Soft knees down. Come on down. Flip back to your back. Same arm that we came down with goes back up. So cross that arm again. Other arm out to the side, 45. Heavy foot. Use your hip extension to push into the floor. Pull on your elbow. Find your hand. Tall sit. Pack your shoulder. Lift. Sweep. Hand leaves floor. Front foot moves. Both legs push down to stand up. Switch your arms. My quads are killing me from that last half hour. Step back lunge. Tuck hips, slow descent. Front foot opens. Chop, windmill, rotate. Pack that shoulder, grip the floor. Transfer that load over the hand as you lift, sweep to your elbow and controlled away from your elbow to your back. Nice. This time we're working on our side plank. From our side position, elbows underneath my shoulder. Hips and knees are in line here. Take your top arm, grab your bottom ribs, and think about pulling those away from the floor. Feel those obliques engage. Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling so you start creating space under that hip, and you pull those hips away from the floor. Let's keep that top hand there and we can feel those obliques working. Keep pulling that up. Maybe we take that top leg long, we slightly internally rotate it, and we lift to hold. You have the sky hook pulling you up to the ceiling and holding for 5, 4, abs are braced. You're still breathing. 2, leg comes down, controlled landing, watch the shoulder, relax and switch sides. Knees are bent, shoulders packed, hips are stacked. First, take that top arm, pull your ribs away from the floor. Keep pulling so your hips lift up. Nice. Push that top hip through so that it remains stacked. Hold. Maybe this is where you stay. Maybe you extend the top leg. Internal rotate. Lift, hold. 5, 4, excuse me. 3, 2, excuse me. Excuse me. And soft landing. Sorry about that. Unable to control my sneezes. Lying down on your back again. The second arm is across your chest. Use your hip extension, push into the floor, drive to elbow. Find your tall sit with your hand. Lift, sweep. Hand leaves floor. Front foot moves. 2 legs to stand up. Wha-bam. Excellent. Shake it off. All right, we're gonna groove a press and we're gonna work on those lunges. So from here, grip your imaginary kettlebell. Let's do a little fake cheek clean. Stand with your feet hip width apart. Chop your hips to hinge. Put one hand in your imaginary kettlebell. Put your other hand around your imaginary kettlebell. 3, 2, zip it up. Your bell is now in your rack position. Check out your rack position. You have a nice straight wrist. Your forearm is vertical. Keep that. From here, squeeze your butt. Brace your abs. Hold this 50-pound weight like you're a brick wall. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2. 2 hands on the bell. Hinge, put bell to the floor. Let go. Stay here. Switch hands. First hand grips. Second hand cuddles. Inhale, do up your zipper, rack on the other side. Check it out. Wrist straight and strong, forearm vertical, beside your chest, not resting on you. Tight butt, tight abs, hold your weight here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 2 hands. Hinge, imaginary bell goes down. That's our rack position. We're gonna press out of that next. But until then, let's do a lunge. Take a step back. We're gonna do drop back lunges or step back lunges because that's what we do in our get up. Take a leg, step it back behind you in a longer than normal walking step into your lunge length. I want you to 1, check in with your shoulders. Are your shoulders square forward? 2, check in with your hips. Are your hips square forward? Or are you open to the side? Square them up. Hike this hip so your punch spills. Now pull your hips down so your punch is nice and level. Stay tucked. We're gonna descend to the floor in taking 10 seconds to get down. Here we go. 10, 9. I'm pulling the floor together with my legs. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Soft landing. Relax the tension for a second. Now re-get it. That means pull the legs together. Push down, use both legs, drive up. Slow, slow, slow. 4, 3, 2, all the way. Let's push off that back foot, step to center. Repeat on the other side. Leg steps back, square up shoulders, square up hips, level hips, tuck under, 10-second descent. Start pulling the floor together. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep this butt cheek squeezed. 2, 1. Soft down. Relax, don't go anywhere. Fire it back up. Pull the floor together. 4-second up. Go. Driving up. Pushing off. Stepping together. Let's get that imaginary kettlebell back out, and we're going to press it this time. Hinge. Are you pressing for real? Okay. Ian's pressing for real. Hinge. One hand grips. Second hand cuddles. Zip it up to your rack position. Ready? Press through this. Butt squeeze. Abs brace. Inhale. And press that bell with control. All the way to a straight elbow. If you're empty-handed like I am, reach to the ceiling. Pull your shoulder down. Now engage your lat and pull your imaginary bell down to that rack position. Lat, 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 lat. 2 hands. Hinge, bell goes down. Let it go, stand up without. I don't really want you doing that loaded shrug. That's more an exercise for a body weight versus in a load. Hinge. Other hand grips. Second hand cuddles. Zip it up. Rack position. 3, 2. Press your bell. 5, 4, 3, 2. Elbow straight. If you don't have a bell, shrug. Pack. Now pull down. Pull through your lat. 5, 4, 3, 2. 2 hands. Hinge, bell goes down. Great. Back to our lunges. This time, we're not going to go that much faster, but we're going to do a little bit faster so we can do 3 of them versus 10-second descent. Step back. Right away, square and level. We're going to come down for a 4 count and then up quickish. Ready? 4 seconds down. 4, 3, 2, all the way down. Pause. Pull together. Up. Repeat. Tuck. Drop. 5, 4, 3, 2, all the way down. Transfer weight. Get tension again. Up. Last time. Control down. 4, 3, 2. Pull the floor together. Up. Push, step together this time. Great. Alternate leg. Step back lunge. Squared up. Tucked under. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Transfer load. 1 second. Up. Again. 5, 4. Back cheek squeeze. 3, 2. Soft controlled landing, but then up. Last time. Tuck. Lower. 3, 2, 1. When we stand up, we're going to stand up and push up together. Great. Let's do one more press. Imaginary or with a bell. Hinge. 1, 2. Pull. Rack. Inhale. Press your bell. Press, 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 press. Keep it up there. Good job. Now pack your shoulder. Pull your bell back down to that rack position. Hold it tight. Squeeze your butt. Brace your abs. 2 hands on. Hinge, bell goes down. Up without. Other side. Hinge. 1 hand. Second hand cuddles. Pack shoulder. Zip it up. Rack position. 50-pound press. Here we go. Press, 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 press. It's overhead. Pack shoulder. Pull that bell down to rack. Keep it tight. Engage your lat. 3, 2. Rack hold. 3. Abs, butt. 2. 2 hands. Hinge. Bell goes down. Up without. To finish up today, let's finish with some chop and pops. 3 sets times 10 reps. I go, you go. I go, you go. Or I go, you go. I'm gonna go first. Stand with your feet slightly wider than hips. Our chop and pop mimics our kettlebell swing and gets us ready to pattern our swing with a actual load. But for now, it's body weight. Take your knives, chop your hey, I go, right? Chop your hips, hinge. Pop through, abs and butt. Squeeze like in plank. Chop, pop, chop, pop. Five, 4, 2, last one. Ian goes, chop, pop, chop. He's exhaling as his hips pop through. He's squeezing his butt and bracing his abs at the top. If I was mean but nice, I would punch him in the stomach, punch him in the butt, tight as rocks. My turn, I go 10.
Tension. Hear that breath.
Last one, Ian, 10. Chop, pop, chop, pop. Nice. Good, he's keeping his spine neutral. His shins are vertical this whole time. Nice, power is coming from the hips driving through. Almost like a standing long jump. Last set for me. And then you, 10, 9. Relax if you're with me. I just saw Ian shaking it out. So as much as we want to have this tension at any time, we also want to relax and let our body recover. So let's do that as Ian finishes up. Punch, punch. Great job. Well, that was a great workout. We covered a nice warm-up. We introduced halos and squats today. We got into some get-ups and core. We pressed, we did lunges, and we did 30 chop and pops. And I just have to wipe my brow from sweat. So thanks for coming. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Ian.
And we're Bars and Bells, and we like to do simple exercises to stay strong. Visit our website if you haven't already. Like us on YouTube. Like us on everything you can, okay? Thank you. Until next time, we'll see you tomorrow. If you'd like a little bit more of an advanced kettlebell class, 5 p.m., strength and swings with both of us.
It's a hot one.
We'll see you then, or
Bye.
another time. Bye-bye.